Today, I'm gonna create clothing and items you can wear with one important rule. It has to be 3D printed. From belts to hats to watches and even shoes, my goal is to make a fit that goes so hard I can even wear it out in public. Let's ball. Now the first clothing item I'm thinking of is pretty simple, but still a flex. Sunglasses. You might think that these might be a little complicated, but it's actually not. This first pair is made up of 3 different parts. Are these pimp glasses? Oh my god! I use this material called PLA silk, and instead of typical lenses, like all party glasses, there's lines that stretch across. But to put it together, each arm of the glasses has these nubs, and you literally take the frame and shove each nub in. Boom! Okay, let me judge these real quick. They're shaped like glasses. The colors are phenomenal. You can see through them. Okay. And after sliding in a mannequin, yo, what's up, bro? Yeah, I'ma just say it. Hey, looking sexy, man. But these weren't the only glasses I printed, because while we have one pair for partying, I made another for style. Starting with the frame, you can see instead of lines, it has these 3D printed holes, and the arms are very classic and a matte black. Now, using the pins it comes with, simply connect both arms to the frame, and there we go. Compared to the first, this looks way more official. Like if I wore them in public, I don't think people would question that much. But that also begs the question, even though these glasses look really sexy on my mannequin, what do they look like on me? Alright boys, let's take a field trip. Guys, do I look good? Wait, hold on a minute. This isn't half bad. Now, obviously for function, these gotta block out the sun. And while the first pair was okay, these ones cook. I think they look better on me. Personally, I like the fit better. And overall, I'm wearing these again. Which reminds me, I will be wearing these again. Because after I create all of the other clothing items, I'm gonna handpick the best. And not only make a crazy fit, but wear it out in public and get people to rate it live. Man, I feel like I never touch grass in these videos. This right here looks like a plastic roll, but it's not, because I'm making the next print out of rubber? Yeah, that's a thing. So for the next 40 hours in my printer, the best thing I could think to make is Crocs. Yo, I feel like I say this every time, but it's shocking how good this looks. It has holes exactly where it needs to have holes. The shoe is size 12, so I know it'll fit. And because it's not plastic, you can squish and try to destroy these as much as you want. It's not budging. Alright, but somehow it gets better than this. I printed out the straps too. If you see these little holes on the side, you can use these pins the straps come with and lock each of the bands in place. Bam! Sports mode. I can't wait to take these on a run test. But even though these look finished, I printed out one more surprise. Croc spoilers? Are you kidding me? What world are we living in? Yes! Compared to regular Crocs, I can't even tell the difference at this point. Now, supposedly I did the math right. These should fit. So guys, say a quick prayer. Please, I need these to work. Yo, let's go!
These fit so good.
So much so, I just started walking. Let's be honest, the style looks good. It's at least comfortable enough to walk in. And I think that's a success, boys. We really make shoes at home now. However, these next prints are things I've wanted to print for so long. And if you can't already tell, I'm talking about ice. Rolex! Using this basic gold filament, I not only printed the main pieces with it, but I also need to use it like a plastic wire as well. So I grabbed the scissors and started cutting. If you flip the chain links up, you'll see that they have perfect holes for the plastic to fit inside. So I spammed my scissors a bunch, connected every single chain link, and now that the strap is mostly done, I connected both sides to the middle piece using more spaghetti. And since it still looks kind of clapped, I whipped out my wire cutters and went over every single piece that had a nub sticking out. But yeah, sweet. Now that the base is put together, all we gotta do is assemble the dial, snap the back, click in the spacers, insert a nub, place the Rolex face, and finally, to finish everything off, here is the last piece. Whew, this came out ridiculous. Oh my god, I don't have to buy anything these days. We just saved like 10 bands on this 3D printed Rolex. And it even clicks together to close around your wrist. Oh my god, bruh. This is next level. Yo, this is good for thirst traps, bruh. But even though it doesn't function, like tell the time or anything, who uses watches to tell the time anymore? This is a certified flex. However, to continue my journey of becoming a thug, yeah, I know, I 3D printed a chain. Dang, this is long. Besides being like 80 centimeters, I made the chain with a metallic kind of filament. And as for putting it together, I took each side. Surprisingly, it connects and stays together. And now, let's see how it looks on your boy. Hot damn! This chain looks tough. I don't know if it's just the white shirt or the fact that it dangles from my neck, but it's got me feeling different, yo. But now it's time for a real clothing item. What better to keep your head warm than a hat? All right, so off the rip, I see several problems. Why is there just a pancake on the bottom? Yeah, that's not gonna fly with me. As I was ripping it off, low-key, I was having way too much fun. But now that I've ripped everything to shreds, literally, the mid parts of 3D printing are over. And the hat came out pretty good. Wait, isn't this a little small? I wish. No! I was trying to make a cowboy hat, not a fedora. Oh man, this is like a Redditor starter pack. And it did not get better when I tried it on. Oh nah. But to somehow make it even worse, the hat straight up doesn't stay on. No! So to make it look even more ratchet, I grabbed these rubber bands and using freaking duct tape, I tried my best to weave together a head strap. Yo, I have to be unemployed. This is crazy. But unfortunately, I still have to try it on. And you know, the hat's not going anywhere, man. Just look how happy I am to wear it. I've done some really stupid things for videos, but God, I've never felt more stupid than right now. But if you own a pair of pants or you're a Travis Scott fan, this next 3D print hits close to home. A belt.
Belt.
All right, I'm gonna try and crack it. Oh. Now typically with prints that are linked together from the printer, you have to loosen them up so they can flex. But as you can see, the belt came out really clean. It has this awesome ripple effect that I like. There's notches on one side so you can click it together. And surprisingly, it's a good fidget toy. But I think more important than any other clothing item in this video, the fit has to be perfect. We can't go back from here. All right, boys, let's put on the belt.
Bro, what?
Yeah, this is way too short. Or not? I brought my pants 4 inches taller, yo.
Why is it so tight, man?
Dude, I'm clenching everything right now. Hey, at least I can make it work. I'll give this style points, but man, that is so uncomfortable. However, using the same 3D printing method and hopefully print it at the right length, I made a tie. Well, yo, just trust the process. Oh, why is it so crunchy? As you can tell, it's not so small when it's rolled out. And after getting rid of any weird supports, we about to look official, man. Every fit can look better with a tie. Trust. But let's get it going. It took 1 second to put on, and instantly I think this looks better. I think if we're aiming for a 3D printed aesthetic, this tie is perfect. Definitely one of the easiest items to thirst trap in. However, I got a question. At this point, we've made glasses, shoes, a watch, a chain, a hat, a belt, and that tie. But I feel like we need one more piece to kind of bring it all together. And after searching on the internet and printing for over 100 hours, by the way, let's make the final piece of clothing. Wearable Air Jordans. Now previously, just like the Crocs, I made everything out of a rubber material, and once printed, all that's left to do is to take off the supports. And as you can see, the shoe can bend. Afterwards, I made a second one, cause you know, 2 feet, and took my time to clear that one up as well. But let me tell you, I'm far from over. Using red rubber, I printed out the soles, and then with black, I got everything else. Let's get cooking. I cleared off all the remaining supports, carefully superglued the sole to the main shoe, held it together, cut the swoosh in half, that way I can loop it through each part of the shoe. Then for the tag, I clipped that on, and since there's 2 shoes, time to do it all over again. Boys, I think we're done. Sigh! Because I went to the store and bought laces as well. If these shoes don't end up fitting, I think I might cry, bro. But for any finishing touches, I brought it to Ace Hardware, got caulked it up, tried to fill in the holes, then grabbed a paintbrush, and tried my best to polish the shoes. Okay, please come out good. God, please come out good. Oh man, this almost looks official. Dang. But even if a shoe looks good, can I wear them? Let's go and find out. This is like final boss 3D printing right here. Come on. Boys, if I can somehow get these shoes on, you have to like this video. Usually I don't beg for likes, but I'm telling you, this took way too long.
Holy crap! It fits!
I didn't waste 100 hours. Yes! It may be a really tight fit, but it's a fit. Off the rip, I was able to walk around. The sun was beaming on these babies. And surprisingly, it didn't hurt that much to wear. But afterwards, I did some jump tests, took them to a field and did a little run. And to be honest, even though they're not perfect, the fact that they're homemade is insane. Yeah, tell me these ain't look legit. However, now is the time you've all been waiting for. I'm gonna take the best clothing items we've made so far and get fitted up. And because I wanna see what you boys think, we're going to the mall right after. Hit it. Huge shout out to my boy Vinny for making me look so sexy, man. From the bottom to the middle, up the highway, and to the top, I think this fit is an absolute success. But just one slight adjustment, the hat. Now we're ready to hit the streets. To get a fair rating of the fit, what better to drive to than a literal NPC kingdom, my local mall. Yeah, yeah. So I started walking around and literally approached random strangers. At first I didn't know if they liked it or if they were kind of confused at what I was wearing. But as soon as I dropped that I 3D printed everything,
It's all 3D printed.
yo, I'm just gonna let them speak.
Y'all see that?
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, for that, bro. That's good.
Thanks, man.
Nah.
What do you think of the shoes, though? These are tough.
Those are my favorite.
Nah, bro, I love them.
Yeah.
They fly. They're
Alright, yo, how do you rate the fit?
I think it was good. Like 11 out of 10, bro. 11 out of 10, bro. Down 3D printed, bro. What?
How long is it taking?
I think like 50 hours a shoe.
I'm gonna lie, it's clean.
So what's your favorite part of the fit?
The tie. for
The
sure.
tie?
The
Dude, this
tie.
took an hour to print.
The tie.
Everybody likes it the most.
Thanks,
Thank you, man.
Okay, boys, I think the fit was a success, but now it's your turn. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Sub up for more, and God bless you, boys. And video.